Hey everybody, another episode of On the Paint Table is my weekly show where you see what I got done, what I'm working on, and what is coming up. So we're coming to you on a Sunday this week because there was just way too much stuff coming out yesterday. I figured this way I'd have a video on Sunday. So my normal Saturday video is out on a Sunday, but I got plenty painted this week. Finishing off a whole bunch of training for Marvel Crisis Protocol, some stuff for Star Wars Legion, as well as the Stormtide campaign. Got some more stuff assembled and primed for my 40k Custodes army, and I can finally show you my stuff from Shadow Throne, which you will have seen Let's Play for yesterday with Jay. I split the box with him as he hadn't played 40k in a long time. Gave him the Genestealer Cult stuff, as well as a bunch of Genestealer Cult stuff I just had lying around the studio that I was using for Necro, like leftovers from when I was building it for Necromunda and Kill Team that I just was never going to paint. So he could do a Crusade campaign with me as well. So let's see what how did I get done. I got some of this is stuff you've already seen. So like 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 models done this week. But I also built another 8, 9, 10, 11, primed them. And I got all kinds of other stuff coming up. So let's take a look at what got done and what I'm working on in the future. So first things first, here's my half of Shadow Throne. I think the stuff you haven't seen is the Prosecutors, as well as the man, the legend himself, the Blade Champion, Aristotheles? I don't know. It's like Aristotle meets Mephistopheles, Aristophanes maybe. You've already seen these Terminators. I painted the Alorus Terminators a little bit of a while ago, but I figured I'd show off my half. Jay, of course, in the Let's Play yesterday, you saw his beautifully painted Genestealer Cult, which is facing down with us in a Crusade campaign, which yesterday you could also see the GMG review for this little booklet right here from Shadow Throne. So again, big thanks for GW sending this along so that we could basically get Jay back into 40k. I got to split it with him. They sent along as a free sample, and I figured, you know, who do you guys like watching campaigns with most? Jay's obviously one of the fan favorites here on the channel, so getting to play some 40k was a lot of fun, and we had a great time. I hope you enjoyed that first video. The next one will be out next week. So this is done the same methodology as before, so air paint, some, Liberator Gold onto a black base coat, and then I mixed in a little bit of Imperial Hobbies metallic base and zenithly sprayed it to give that sweet sort of like edge of silver. Washed it with some Agrax Earthshade gloss. This is, I think, P3. It's like a P3 red mixed up with Bugman's Glow for the cape and stuff there. And I didn't want to do gold for all of the like embroidery. I wanted to be embroidery, not like just gold on a cape. So I kind of just picked out all the etched in detail there. Some bright sort of like a rich red on all the gems. I based it with Doombull Brown, blended in a little bit of I think it's Speed Freak Red or something like that. I don't know. A lighter red, a little bit of orange, a little bit of white, and of course that little gemming effect. And then it's Mephiston red there for the actual armor plates, blended through a little wild red to kind of make it pop and stuff too. Yeah, great miniature, very cool profile. Had a lot of fun with him. No guns, all swords. He's like the Inigo Montoya of the Custodes going forward. Obviously, just a little more info on him. We just saw the point value for him being 110. I actually hadn't seen the point value for him. He was 7 power, I think, when I was actually playing the game with him in Crusade. So we're playing Crusade games right now, and some points don't really matter, but obviously a cool preview from the new codex. This is my Jedi Knight Jorah. This is the Stormtide, sort of like one of the two commanders, the less military looking one. I painted her up with some sort of classic white Jedi robes with like a brown kind of trench coat. And then I don't remember what the race is called. It's the same people that Grand Moff Thrawn, Admiral Thrawn, I think, from like the Extended Universe books. I grew up with like the 90s Star Wars Extended Universe, which is all comic books and novels, and Thrawn was like this big bad guy that kind of inherits the power of the Imperial fleet afterwards, but I can't remember what alien species he is. I don't remember actually, so but I like that, and I wanted to do like a cool sort of like in-universe kind of like Star Wars themed tour, so she had pointy ears. I figured that was a cool thing to do. This is all, Wraithbone. Blended up through whites and Screaming Skull. The cape is dried bark blended up through a little bit of Screaming Skull, I believe, to give it that beige effect. Or maybe it's Baneblade Brown. I don't remember. And then Doombull Brown for the hair, blended up through Fire Dragon Bright. Then other stuff, I painted up Padme, as I painted a Saber Tank. Now I have to paint Padme for some sweet token sharing, so I can stand by my Saber Tank. She has Exemplar. A skill allows other people to use her tokens, which means she can stand next to my tank, and my tank will basically shoot multiple times per turn as long as she has standby tokens. So give her a dodge and a standby, and yeah, let the good times roll with my tank. So she's a very cool operative model for my Galactic Republic. And then this thing is much maligned. I actually painted all 3 guns. The gun is going to pop off on this, so I can take it as just a naked ATRT, or I can take it as the flamer or the laser variant. The ATRT, I feel like it's underrated. I want 2 more until I built it. Its instructions don't actually tell you how to build it. They're just a big list of parts. And I almost pulled my hair out building it. It was super fun to paint, but I never want to build one again. Although I do want 2 more because I want to run a SKU of them. Neat unit. Does really well in skirmish. It's kind of okay as a cheap activation in like full-size games without a gun, and I feel like I'm going to get 2 more to try and keep that going. It's kind of like the armored version of the Dewback list, or the Tauntaun riders in the Rebels and the Empire. So we'll see how it does. I think 1 isn't great except for in skirmish. I think 3 might have some legs in regular Star Wars Legion. We'll see. And then I painted up the new terrain kits for Marvel Crisis Protocols, the Crash Sentinel kit. I didn't do the arm on the SUV here, but I'm excited I have a different car now, because I just have like Dopinder's Taxi and like one other car. All of this was done with my airbrush for the most part to get the basic tones down, and then washes of golden high flow burnt umber. So this was actually done by using like a white ink as a zenithal base coat over black primer, and then I actually airbrushed my contrast paints onto it, which gives it this nice warm kind of like look, and then washes to kind of separate all the colors again, some highlights, a few details, and it was done. So really happy with how it turned out. I painted it all in like a morning. Built it like the night before, primed it, and then painted it in the morning. But you get some neat details, a little size 1 like mailbox, newspaper stand, a sentinel head, the sentinel body. What is cool is the arm for the sentinel is about this big. It lets me know kind of how big Colossus is, which I'm excited because he's a big boy. And this means that I have enough kind of like, and I also did the, from the New York State train, I did the daily grind. Because I have the daily bugle build from my star set, I didn't have the daily grind done, so I have both types of building now. And it leaves me with a third one, which I'm going to try and I think convert just to be like a closed down shop. And have like a closed window as opposed to having like another coffee stand or something like that. Have it be like a third store type that's just like shut down. I got 2 more cars to paint, which I'm excited about. I don't know what color I'm going to do them as, but I want to do 2 more. I might rust some up and have one be abandoned. I might actually leave the tires off one and have it like up on bricks and just be like an abandoned, like robbed vehicle, and kind of like paint it sort of like to look like it's all like dirty and gross, and then do another one just as like kind of like a sporty car, do like racing stripes and stuff on it. I'm trying to figure out how to differentiate them because it's basically 4 of the same car, and I'm feeling like with paint jobs I can kind of do that. So that's my plan for these last 2. Have one that's like a tricked out like custom, and then have one that's, because I have a cab, a regular car, I feel like a tricked out custom, and a like a rust bucket would be good. And then I've still got my other house and my, I'm probably not going to paint these. I have 4 of these already painted. I have 2 sets. So, oh no, I think I did actually paint them already. Never mind. They're actually done. It's just these 2, 1 building, I think it's this building, and the 2 cars I got left to paint. And then all my Crisis Protocol trains done. And I have a decent amount for like a city style game. Although I've actually been using my desert map and having it be like kind of like a New Mexico, like whistle stop kind of like side of the road place that's been attacked by sentinels. And then other stuff coming up, we've got the Vanguard for the Maggotkin Nurgle. Workshop was kind enough to send me their Vanguard this time around for these guys. And that means I can actually use the Battle Tome and play some Nurgle. I've wanted to paint a Nurgle army forever, and this has me pumped because I feel like it's going to be another nice, easy contrast paint scheme box to paint up. It's got Blight Lords, Blight Kings, and then a unit like of Summable, a Scrivener, and they also sent me the Rawbringer Sorcerer, which is basically the old like Finecast Sorcerer. This is his replacement. So I'm pretty stoked for this. It's 250. I'd probably summon them. So 250. These guys can actually be battling in a certain host, but I have a second unit of these from my copy of Warhammer Quest Shadows over Hammerhall. So I have like 500 points in battle line with 2 units of these. They're 200, so that's like 700. The Scrivener I think is close to 100, so like 800. I already have a whatchamacallit, a Lord of Plagues painted, so I could paint him up too and have like He's 150, so like 850, probably close to 1,000 when I get the Rockbringer Sorcerer. And then I can summon the Plague Bearers later on during the course of the game. So really, it's about with these two things, plus my unit of Blight Kings I already have, I've got 1,000 points ready to paint up. And then I've got like a summonable unit. I just need to get myself a tree, a Gnarl Maw, and then I'm ready to rock and roll. Here's what I have left to paint for my Custodes. So for our Crusade campaign, really for my 50 power that I have unpainted, I got to paint these 3 guys. So it's an Allarus Captain, and then 2 more Allarus Custodes, which take my unit up to 5. Although the units are 1 to 3 now, which is interesting. But in the wings, I've got like stuff to recruit. I've got Trajan, although I might just use him as a like a axe brother captain as well, or shield captain, and then I have another unit of like troop Custodes. Although it's super cool, the prosecutors are troops as well, which means that you can use them as a troop choice. And then I converted using actually the Allarus banner, a Vexillor. So I have a Vexillor as well. And then I hadn't primed these guys yet because I just finished building them. But this is my unit of Virtus Praetors? Virtus Custodes? I don't remember what they're called. Virtus Praetors, I think is what it is. I gave them all the missiles, and this is like, with this painted plus what I have already painted, it's about 2,000 points. So this should be like a full 100 power, or lots of options for my Crusade campaign for when the actual Codex comes out. And I've got like plenty of choices, lots of troop choices. I still have a 5-man box of, actually there's 4 left. I have 4 more Custodes. I used 1 to build that Praetor right there, actually the Vexillor. So I got 4 more Custodes unbuilt. It could be shields, could be whatever. Could be another shield captain too with a shield. Like I'll save those for I have the Codex in hand. But this is gonna, if I get this done by year end, which I should be able to because it's pretty quick to paint my Custodes army. The paint schemes are actually pretty fast. Then I'll have like a 2,000 point list now-ish. Lots to play the Crusade campaign with Jay, and lots of options for like, you know, like fun list building when I initially get the Codex when it hopefully comes out next year. So you're on the paint table, done and on the books, and finished another 12 to 15 models. I don't know what we count terrain as here. I mean, they're models, but for some reason, if it's not on a base, I have a hard time counting as a miniature. And of course, lots of projects upcoming. I feel like if I finish this 40k army before the end of the year, then I'm ready to crack onto an AOS army. I can kind of alternate my mainstream games. I have literally every single miniature, once this terrain's done for Crisis Protocol, painted. I have nothing unpainted for it. And I can flip over to finishing up the rest of my Star Wars stuff. So I do have a project unpainted for Star Wars right now, which is my, my Trade Federation army, my Separatists. So yeah, like the goal by the end of the year, I've got about 3 weeks left. I want to finish the Custodes. I want to finish that train for MCP. And then I can switch over to like the other half of those 2 brands, basically the Atomic Mass stuff. I can switch over back over to the Star Wars stuff, and also switch over to Age of Sigmar for 40k and have some cool new projects for New Year, New Army. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll do New Year, New Army with the Maggotkin stuff for AOS. So anyway, big thanks for watching. We'll see you for more on the paint table next week and see what I get done. Till then, Ash. Hey there, I hope you enjoyed that video. There are tons of other games already recorded for you to watch. Click over to my channel page if you haven't already, and have a look through the dozens of playlists full of videos. I guarantee you'll discover a game you haven't seen played before. I put out new videos 7 days a week, and every day is themed to a different genre as I continue to explore the wider world of gaming. Of course, none of that's possible without you, the viewer, so click a like and subscribe if you'd like to stay on top of what's happening here daily. My 2 kids and I are massively grateful to be able to have the flexibility of this job so I can always maximize my time with them. If you want to support me continuing to put out this content, it's only possible because of my amazing backers on Patreon who support the studio, equipment, and model cost, as well as being how I make the bulk of my living. You can also help out by buying a t-shirt through Spreadshirt, a measuring gauge or widget from Death Ray Designs, or buying one of my games and supplements like Last Days, Gamma Wolves, and Blaster. As a way of showing my appreciation, patrons get early access to new games and supplements that I write throughout the course of the year. Huge thanks for watching, it really does help out, and happy gaming.